again, I think some of this matchup is going to be in midfield. Zach Hargreaves for Savannah Clovers and Mason Moyers did very well in their opening match against Brave SC, really controlling the tempo, being good ball winners, and being good distributors.
Tormenta's in the black, it's the white for Savannah, and this all-Georgia matchup in the second round of the Open Cup is underway. Lock in with us, Michael watching Eric Dobransky, one of the 10 matches tonight in round number 2, the final night of round 2. The draw will be tomorrow. Hope you can watch that one. And then round number 3 coming up in about 2 weeks. And what happens here today? It's already a good crowd, great weather, a little bit windy at times, but these two sides excited for their opportunity here in the second round. When you look at these two teams, for Tormenta, a couple years ago, they won the USL League One championship, just missed the playoffs last year. While Savannah on the other side, they're still on the rise. They had a rough go of it last year, getting an opportunity to play professionally after they had been an amateur side for the first few years as an organization.
And what's always fascinating about the US Open Cup is it happens during different portions of teams' years and seasons. Tormenta, 4 games into their USL League One season.
Here's a mistake. That shot, though, trickles away. Ramos comes away with it. Fonseca looking for Ramos once again. It all started with a miscue in the back from Jack Crichton. He'll get a chance here and does not make the save. The early turnover from Savannah leads to a headed goal less than 90 seconds in. Tormenta strike first. Spinning ball, bounces down, a collision, and cleared away. Fortuitous that time around from Drew Romick. Bodies colliding. Out to the wide side. Jokic and the flag up for offside. Kind of an unforced error there.
Good ball over the top, and for Tormenta, it'd be a bit frustrating that one pass and they were able to get in on Romig.
We're in the 10th minute, and if you were finishing up your dinner, you missed a goal. 74 seconds into this one. Fonseca picking out Watson, a sprawling header, bouncing into the net. 1-0 in favor of Tormenta over Savannah. This is a rare occurrence for two Georgia teams to face off in the Open Cup. In fact, it's happened only twice in the quote-unquote modern era. That includes basically when MLS started to come in. That's 1995. It was the Atlanta Silverbacks beating Georgia Revolution 1-0 in the second round in 2012. They met again in 2013 in the second round. Silverbacks beating Georgia Revolution 3-2 that year. For the first time in over a decade, it's all Georgia. Cross goes into the box. This one bounced down. Really good opportunity. How did that ball find the foot of Fonseca? But he bounces it right to Crichton.
And this starts with really good patience through the back. Swinging it from left to right, and then getting this service off. And Fonseca just needs to guide it on either side of the goalkeeper and possibly up 2-0, but and what you haven't seen is an additional clear-cut opportunity since Fonseca's opportunity from that service from the left side.
That was a disaster, perhaps in the making. Almeida shoots, didn't get a lot on it, and Crichton grabs it, but that's to your point earlier, and that's how they conceded the opening goal today, just a careless giveaway in the back.
And what you have to be concerned about with some of the careless giveaways is they're not coming with a lot of pressure. The first goal, albeit Tormenta threw some solid numbers going forward, really pressured in the right areas, and 2022 MLS draftee from Real Salt Lake has scored in the US Open Cup.
Ball trickles, but has a little too much pace on it. Roman comes out and grabs it.
And I think that's what Savannah has shown in moments here in the first 30 minutes is they can create with limited numbers. They can have that. They've had a couple slipped balls in behind that Roman has had to be switched on for.
Here's a good run. Vivas shoots. Slices it just wide right. That was so close to adding a second.
In their defensive third, having to move it from right to left and just continuing to grow, layer, and level and keep climbing the field and possibly facing a turnover, or forcing a turnover.
A take on here. Across low, back post! Bounced in! Joshua Ramos beats the keeper. What a pass that one was! Through the 18. Tormenta at a second. 2-0.
And nowadays you see so many players playing this clipped ball over the top when you drive that end line, where the success rate is not necessarily low, but if you get space like this, I mean, this is a heck of a ball. You're not advancing to the third round, so pushing numbers forward is going to be when and where as this game progresses.
Callum stretch. Able to locate Corey. Corey wants to have a go this time. Last chance for either side here in this first half. Vaughn circles, hits it first time and mishits it as it trickles out. And there's the first half whistle. Eric, your thoughts here? And Aaron Martinez are in. And Hunt and McLeod are out. Foul whistled on Tormenta. Well, difficult in these spots sometimes to not get complacent. We do have a final already tonight. It is Miami United. The amateur side continues its jaunt, and a NISA team is out of the tournament. Miami United winning that one 2-0. Vermont able to get a goal at the end of the first half from Benzini. A penalty kick goal, and Vermont Green leads Carolina Core 1-0. Greenville gets a late second goal. McKinnon bags a brace in the 33rd minute. Here's a shot attempt that is caught.
And we spoke about some of those real-time learning experiences in the first 45. The way that Savannah looks to set up and play out of the back, that's going to take doing it, and doing it in games.
Here's a ball in. What a pass! Vivas finishes. Flawless execution again for Tormenta. 3-0 in favor of the League One side.
And it's these far post runs. All attention goes to the ball. Starts with a big ball over the top. Settles, waits, the patience. As you see, everybody's back is turned to Vivas. He's able.
In the 58th minute of play, we have 3 substitutions for Tormenta.
They've scored on 3 of their 9 shot attempts and 3 of their 5 on target. Savannah had just 1 shot in the opening 45, up to 3 now in the match, but down by 3 goals. Trailing here on the road against Tormenta. in the third all-time All-Georgia matchup since 1995. And the first time it doesn't feature either Atlanta Silverbacks or Georgia Revolution. This ball bounces away. It's Wenner picking it up, swings it around. Another great pass. Corey knocks it down, shoots, and Crichton does have the answer this time. 23-year-old from Minnesota. Third man in the books for the Clovers. This ball set high. Spangler chases. Flag is down. Spangler shuffles it through to the middle. Time here for Vivas. Sends it back. Low shot ricochets. Spins inside of the 18. Spangler circles. Spangler just wide left. Might have had a corner over there as Crichton couldn't get there in time.
And it looked like Savannah had hit Spangler contained, but the technical ability to get out of this and head up, relocate where the goalkeeper is. I think Ian Cameron has a lot of positives to build off of so far in this performance. You look back at the first round game, they scored 5 minutes in and used that one goal to advance 1-0, and very reminiscent of that start. Early goal, and then you could just see that they just kept problem solving. They kept finding different opportunities, whether it was Fonseca that, with the Crittenden save. They just kept asking different questions from different areas, and they tacked on the second goal that final 10 minutes of the first half, and then opened the second half with a third.
Ramos tracks onto this one. Tormenta with a 3-goal lead, looking for a second consecutive clean sheet to open this year's U.S. Open Cup.
That bounce house hasn't stopped moving since kickoff.
Oh, they're definitely getting their money's worth with that bounce house. Excellent run here. Nobody shuts him down in the end. Vivas shoots and hits the outside of the netting in the end. And yet again, space, time, and so many choices for Tormenta against this back line. A shot unfurls wide.
And you see Vivas, his touch just takes him away a bit, and good recognition by Palma with the slide tackle, not necessarily on the ball, but sliding in front of Vivas, giving him only one option, which is to go over the top. And then that ball was always rising. When you see a player take that longer touch and you can influence that next.
Bends this ball. Hayes, the intended target. Second winder in. Hayes again. And eventually, Romig snatches it out of the sky.
And for Savannah, it doesn't get any easier because you go two Michigan Stars to open up the season, who you just mentioned defeated Minnesota United 2 yesterday. So carrying that momentum into the NISA opener.
Hayes. That's an excellent ball wide. Cameron Schneider throws it in. Was looking for the return pass to Hayes, but it angles to Romig in the end.
And Hayes has really picked up where Jokic left off, occupying the two center backs.
Nelson retreating. Nelson keeps his body in front, juggles the ball, however. Vivas takes it away in the end. Nelson pressures. Through the middle, this one goes. It's a fine run. Trying to cut down the angle is Vaughn. Ball ends up at the feet in the end of Hassan, and the second chance winds up in the net, and it's an exclamation point for Tormenta. Hassan and Winner combine, and it's a fourth for Tormenta to make it 4-0.
And what they've shown all night is they know how to start a half and they know how to end a half. Their regular season, but you want to, we mentioned it, build that momentum, build that rhythm. They had a 3-1 win over Richmond Kickers before that loss to One Knox. It's always good to bounce back in this way.
Here's Hassan once more. Funnels wide, Cruz stumbles. Gives up possession though. And the shot from Tunbridge caught by Crichton in what will likely be the last build-up for either side in this match. There is the final whistle. Tormenta is through to the third round of the Open Cup.